Music is a vital component of anime, and most fans will tell you that the opening theme is just as important as the anime itself. But which OPs are the very best of the best? Let's talk about it on Bro Takuza. Konnichiwa, snitches. I'm B. Welcome back to Bro Takuza. Okay, so today we're gonna... What the hell? Okay, there we go. Sorry, I gotta get that fixed. Anyway, as I was saying, today we're gonna be talking about anime OPs. One of the easiest topics to get a fight started among otaku fans. And just to give you guys a heads up, you're probably gonna wanna fight me after this video. But honestly, this is a really tough thing to do. You know, there's like 750 bajillion anime out there, and out of those, like a solid 3 bajillion have really good opening theme songs. Now, as a little backstory, before I started watching anime, I had a roommate back in the States who used to get me, or try to get me, to watch anime with him. But I just thought it wasn't something that I'd be into. But I would overhear him watching it, and I'd always think to myself, man, the music is great, like every single time. And even though I wasn't into watching anime, I really enjoyed hearing the opening and ending themes. But there was one OP that I overheard that finally hooked me into watching anime, and I've been a fan ever since. That song is on this list, and you'll find out what it is later. Now, narrowing anime OPs down to a list of 10 is really a fool's errand, to be honest with you. And I know that, but I'm still gonna do it. You're never gonna make everyone happy, but having said that, this is my list of the top 10 opening themes of all time, starting with number 10. I actually used to watch Goosehouse videos religiously on YouTube, so I had heard Hikaru Nara before learning about Shigatsu wa Kimi no Uso. In fact, I actually started watching it because of the song, and I had no idea what kind of heartache this song was setting me up for. Although if you go back and watch the OP, you'll see all the hints that they were dropping about the sad story ahead from the very beginning. So Hikaru Nara is number 10 on this list for being a great standalone tune and introducing me to a great anime in the process. Now for number 9. Okay, the Madoka Magica theme is just a solid song with a great groove. I loved it so much that I learned how to play it on the bass, and it's a lot of fun. But this song actually enhances the anime by throwing us a little bit of misdirection with a catchy tune that made you think this was just another cutesy magical girls anime, which we would soon find out was very much not the case. A very, very dark anime that had me in a corner contemplating the meaning of life. Okay, so now number 8.
3, 2, 1, let's jam.
At the risk of sounding blasphemous, guys, I almost didn't put this song on there because of an issue that I have with diehard Cowboy Bebop fans saying that this is the greatest anime of all time. Now, I admit that it's great from top to bottom, but I could never in a million years consider it for the number 1 all-time status. Now, we could definitely do another video on that, and I probably will actually, since Tokyo is getting a Cowboy Bebop cafe, and I'll be doing a little field trip and sharing my thoughts on it with you guys. But I didn't want to let my thoughts and my issues with Cowboy Bebop fans cloud my judgment about this song, because it absolutely owns and it deserves a spot on this list. So number 8 is Tanks. Now for number 7. My Soul Gear Beats already had a heaviness to its sound from the very beginning, at least for me. But after watching Angel Beats, it just had an even weightier sadness to it. And I felt like Leah's voice fits perfectly with the eventual conclusion of the show. And as I'm going through this list, I'm realizing now I'm kind of a sucker for melodrama. But let's keep going. Number 6. That's right, crack your knuckles and head to the comment section now. So yes, I put it ahead of Tanks. Yes, I put it ahead of Hikaru Nara. Yes, I put it ahead of some other OPs that you're going to be livid about when you find out that they aren't even on this list. But listen, I'm a sucker for 80s and 90s J-pop, and I just really love the extra layer of cheese that this OP offers. Slam Dunk is a classic, and this opening, it just feels good. Sorry, not sorry. Time for number 5. Chibuo. Like, I don't care what is happening in any given moment. Your kid could be choking, but if you're on your way to help him and you hear Chibuo, like, you're stopping dead in your tracks to hear the rest of the song, and you just hope that your kid is still alive and holding on by the time the song is over. Like, this opening just pulls you in, and matched with the visuals, it's just a nice little trippy ride. Now, number 4. Okay, this game by Suzuki Konomi from No Game No Life, from a musicality standpoint, is just off the charts. The progression from a soft piano that just erupts into chaos. I thought it was actually Lisa singing at first. This song sounds like something that would be right up her alley. But if you remember how I said that the last song, Colors from Code Geass, was a nice ride with the visuals, this song doesn't need any visuals to be a wild ride. It's just an amazing song. Okay, so now number 3. So there's only 3 spots left, and with me throwing Slam Dunk into the mix, you probably started to think that I left this one off completely. Now listen, I have my taste, but I'm not crazy. Again by Yui is the quintessential anime song. Lyrically, with her singing style, this is one of the more unique OPs of all time, and the pacing just gets you hyped up. Full Metal Alchemist is an amazing anime, and it got a stellar OP to match. So now number 2. Honestly, I have half of mine just to make you guys listen to the entire song with both verses, because it's just that good. So remember I told you about my roommate who was trying to get me to watch anime? Well, he knew that I liked the music, and he really tapped into my 90s love by playing this song, which convinced me to give Yu Yu Hakusho a try, and the rest was history. This song is actually why I love anime so much, and even with all the anime that I've seen since, Yu Yu Hakusho is still number 1 all time on my list. Now you'll notice that I put the English version on this list, and this is the rare occasion, I think, actually the only occasion where I prefer the English version over the Japanese version. Now, Masuko Mawatari's version is actually really good, but Sarah White's rendition, it just speaks to me. Now, having said all that, you're probably wondering, how is it only number 2? Well, I want to be as objective as possible, and number 1 is just too iconic. But before we get into that, I want to acknowledge some OPs that didn't quite make the cut, but I wanted you to know that yes, I know they do exist. So in no particular order, I want to throw some love at Crossing Field, sang by Lisa for Sword Art Online. Hate the anime, love the song. Also, My Dearest by Supercell for Guilty Crown. It really broke my heart to leave it off the list, but you guys know I had to make room for Slam Dunk, right? Sorry. Also, Guren no Yumiya by Linked Horizon from Attack on Titan. It's an epic song. It just didn't make the cut. Sorry about that. Next up, Hacking Into the Gate from Steins Gate. It's a great song by Ito Kanako. It just wasn't fit for my list. Sorry, it's a personal preference. And finally, Unravel by Animens from Tokyo Ghoul. Now, I can truly appreciate this song. It just doesn't hit me the way that it hits most other people. So that was my honorable mentions, I guess. Okay, so number 1. Now, after I had already set my list, I told my wife that I was doing an OP list, and she immediately screamed, Evangelion, which should tell you everything you need to know about this song. It's just as much, if not more so, a cultural phenomenon here in Japan as the anime itself. I still hear this song used in commercials. Whenever there's music specials here in Japan, Runa Miyoshita, she's out there singing, and it's really cool to see people of all ages singing along. It's kind of a national treasure here, guys. And I think it's important to not let the polarizing nature of the anime skew your opinion of the song. The contrast of this upbeat tune with the terrifying imagery, the syncopation when introducing the tertiary characters, and I'm a sucker for syncopation, as evidenced by my channel intro. It's the number 1 OP on my list because it's the number 1 OP period. And that's all I really got to say about that. Now, I know you've got some issues with this list, so let it all out in the comments below. Just make sure you don't forget to like and subscribe for more terrible anime opinions. And be sure to check back because I've got some really cool stuff planned, some field trips Like I said, the Cowboy Bebop Cafe is coming to Tokyo. I'm gonna go take a visit. I'm gonna bring my camera along and share it with you guys and share my thoughts on the cafe, and also expand a little bit more on the anime, which I love. It's just not number one, but that's another conversation for another day. Until the next video, I'm B. Sayonara, suckers.